Hello, everyone out there in YouTube land. Welcome back to Diego Knows. I, of course, am Diego. And today we are going to continue to talk about Dirty Dancing. That's right. Dirty Dancing, that wonderful, wonderful piece of shit fucking romantic musical from 1987. And I was around in 1987, so I remember the movie very well. Okay? No, I did not watch it when it first came out, but I watched it about a year later on cable because I had a cousin with the hots for Patrick Swayze. She kept telling me, you see this movie? I saw that movie. I saw it. It was a piece of shit. I thought so back then, too. Okay, completely unbelievable, not realistic at all. But a lot of you girls out there, you fell for it. You fell for it, all right? So that's fine. You know, if you, hey, that's what you like, that's what you like. I get it, okay? I got a lot of shit that I like that not everybody else likes, too, okay? So I'm going to put you down for that, okay? But the movie's got a lot of plot holes. It's got a lot of contrivances in there. Just a lot of unbelievable not plausible things going on here, okay? Basically, in Dirty Dancing here, we're dealing with the character of Baby, Frances Baby Hausman, okay? She's on vacation with her family in the Catskill Mountains. They're all Jewish. That's where the Jewish people used to vacation back in the day. They don't do that anymore. But back in the day, they did, in the 50s, 60s, yeah. A lot of famous entertainers came out of there, got their first start, okay, in the Catskill Mountains. So we're talking like the Three Stooges, Milton Berle, Sid Caesar, you know, a lot of these famous musicians like Eddie Fisher, they all got their start in the Catskill Mountains. Okay, that's where they used to perform. High Jewish community. That's where they used to go before airline travel became, you know, the most convenient way to travel, you know, going cosmopolitan around the world and stuff like that. Before all that really took off, that's what a lot of Jewish people in New York, you know, and also Massachusetts, you know, New Hampshire, Vermont, they all used to come over to the Catskill Mountains to vacation there. Okay, so it was a big Jewish vacation area in the Catskill Mountains. Okay, and that's where this movie takes place. Okay, you've got this guy named Jake Hausman, and he's bringing his family there, and his daughter Baby, who's 17, even though she acts like she's 15 or 16. She's there. She meets this fucking dancer, this blue collar guy, you know, dancing. You know, he's a dance instructor there. Okay, all the girls like him. Okay, and of course she likes him too. She wants to fuck him, and she does. All right, she does. Even though he's a poor boy and he's not supposed to be fraternizing with the rich Jewish guests. He does anyway. They all do. All the employees there do it. Okay, they all fuck each other, even though they're not supposed to. and of course, Baby falls in love. She falls in love with Johnny Castle. Yeah, that's his real name, Johnny Castle. And and she falls in love with him, and it's meant to be. It's a dream come true, okay? That's basically the story. There's a lot of other shenanigans going on here, but that's basically the story, okay? It's completely unbelievable, okay? Completely unbelievable, okay? And if this shit did happen in real life, okay, which supposedly it did, obviously, you know, this was written by Eleanor Bergstein, okay, based on her own life experiences as a teeny bopper going to the Catskill Mountains with her Jewish family, you know, where her dad was a doctor also, oh my God, who would take her to the Catskill Mountains, and she was a mambo queen over there when she was a preteen, you know, and shit. Of course, she fucked a lot of the dancers. That's what this movie's about. Okay, it's about her experiences in the Catskill Mountains, fucking the poor boys that work there. Okay, I wonder if her dad lived long enough to see the movie. Oh well. Oh well, Eleanor Bergstein. Yeah, there's a reason she didn't really make any very many movies after this. She only wrote like 3 movies, and this was one of them. Okay, and there's another one with Michael Douglas, but I forgot the name of it. It was a movie that nobody saw. But yeah, so nothing really came of her career. Okay, but it was written by her, and it was directed by this guy, this gay guy. His name's Emil something, I forgot. But anyway, yeah, so that's what you get with Dirty Dancing. Okay, now there's some good things here. Okay, the dancing is on point. Patrick Swayze, his acting is terrible, absolutely terrible in this movie, and the way he delivers his dialogue, the way he delivers his lines is absolutely fucking terrible and unbelievable. Like, I can almost see him there, like trying to sell these lines like he means it, but it just comes across as fucking, I'm just reading a script. Okay, his acting is not very good. His dancing is incredible. His acting is not very good. Believe it or not, I think Jennifer Grey did the best acting in this movie. She's the one that's showing all the emotions. She's the one that's getting her face in front of the camera, making all the expressions. You know, this movie follows her. You can definitely tell when she's happy, when she's annoyed, when she's excited, when she's scared, when she's sad. I mean, she expresses all that stuff very, very well. Now, her character is a bullshit character. It's It's fantasy fiction. It's basically a nerdy girl who gets the fucking hot guy to fall in love with her. Okay, I mean this has been done a million times. Twilight's another example of this bullshit. You know, you're the nerdy, unattractive girl who has to sit by herself in the lunchrooms. What do you do when you're sitting there by yourself, twiddling your twat? Yeah, you fucking start writing fan fiction about how all the cool kids want you to sit at their table and how the hot, cool, popular guy falls in love with you. Oh, and now you're popular too. Oh, yeah, exactly. That's this bullshit. Okay, that's exactly what this fucking is. All right, I'm just telling you right now. Okay, but you know, hey, y'all fell for it. Y'all liked it a lot. Hey, nothing wrong with liking it. Fuck, you like it. I'm just calling it the bullshit. That's what I do here. Okay, I'm Diego, and I'm gonna give you a straight man's point of view. That's the point of view you never got when you were watching this movie with your girlfriends and your slumber parties, your gay friends. Okay, your dad didn't tell you this shit. Your boyfriend didn't tell you. Your husband. I'm gonna tell you this shit. I got nothing to gain by lying to you. Okay, I'm gonna tell you the honest God truth, straight up, baby, with no lube. No lube. That's how I do it. All right. The real question you need to ask yourself is, can you handle it? Can you handle the truth? Okay, because you're gonna get a big dose of it right now. All right. Now, where we left off last time, we had this very, very believable scene where Johnny explained to Baby after he was done, you know, pounding her out, that the women hit on him and he can't help it. Okay, they use him. He doesn't use them. They use him. Okay, and this caused him a great emotional pain and distress. So it's a good thing that Baby's there to comfort him, you know, during all the hardships that he has to endure. And I do mean hard, that he has to endure while he's working at this fucking resort and getting to fuck all these rich Jewish wives while their husbands are back in New York, fucking putting bread, you know, bringing home the bacon, you know, right? Yeah, exactly, right? Yeah, it's a tough life. Okay, but yeah, and every once in a while he gets to fuck the teeny boppers too. I know, man. The tortures just never stop. But anyway, of course, she feels sorry for him. You know, of course, she's in love with him. So, you know, so that's going on here. All right. Now, you know, so we already had them. We had them. They're in love and they're dancing together and they're fucking dancing to fucking "Love Is Strange," which is a song by Mickey and Sylvia, which came out in 1956. You know that fucking stupid song. I don't know all the fucking words, but it's got "Baby, you're my baby," and of course, you know, fucking Johnny Castle's wearing his fucking black pants and his fucking black wife beater like he always does, and then you got fucking Baby, who when she started in this movie, she was wearing conservative dresses and long skirts, you know, and tennis shoes, and now she's wearing these cut off fucking shorts, you know, and this blouse that she tied up underneath her cleavage, which she has none. Okay, so she's showing off her stomach, she's showing off her ass, she's showing off her legs now, her hair's out, you know, she's fucking, you know, showing off her arms and her legs and her stomach and shit. So she's all fucking into the fight. Hey, look at me, you know, she's like those fucking chicks you see at the gym that just want you to stare at them. That's basically what she turned into, okay? And of course, her dad doesn't notice any of this shit. He even knows that she's fucking Johnny, but he didn't like stop her. He told her not to see him anymore. But of course, first thing she does is go fuck him, you know. So of course she's still seeing him, but they got to keep it a secret because there are rules. Now it's okay for the rich guys that work there, like the waiters, guys like Bobby Gould, you know, the guy who's fucking just working there in the summer. He's actually going to Yale medical school. You know, he doesn't fucking need this job. He's just there to fuck the women. Okay. Now those guys are allowed to fuck the girls that stay there. Okay. It's actually an order. Like Max Kellerman, the owner of the Kellerman Estates, even tells them you have to fuck all the girls. They have to be happy. I don't give a fuck how you seduce them. You know, show them the fucking stars if you have to. I don't give a fuck. But I want all these girls better to leave here happy. Okay, so they have orders to fuck the girls. Okay. However, the poor guys that work there, like Johnny and his crew, they are not allowed to fraternize with the rich Jewish guests. They are not allowed to do that, but of course they do. Okay, but Johnny's got to keep it a secret because he can't afford to lose his job. So what do you do when you're lucky, when you have no skills and no education? Okay, you come from from a blue collar family. Okay, but you do have a very good skill at dancing. Okay, so you get a job working at a very luxurious, rich estate where you can actually teach the rich people how to dance. Okay, you get paid pretty well. Okay, enough to live on at least. Okay, it's not like you got kids or anything or a family to support. Okay, you're young, you're good looking, you're very talented at dancing. Okay, so you get to teach all these women, get them all fucking horny. They fuck you. They slip diamond rings in your fucking crotch. They hand you money. You get to fuck all these different ladies, 2, 3 at a time, at different times of the day, different women. You get to fuck all these rich guys' wives. Talk about sticking it to them. Okay, their daughters, whatever the fuck you want. Okay, but you just can't get caught, or else you will lose that gig. And if you lose that gig, you lose access to the pussy. So what do you do when you're in that situation? Yeah, you fuck the guests. Of course you do. Of course you do. Especially the underage guests. Yeah, because you know how the dads are going to love that, right? When they find out that you're pounding out their daughter, yeah, they're going to love you, aren't they? Exactly, and they do. That's what happens here. Okay, so yeah, so he's putting his job on the line for baby, risking his career. So they got to see themselves in private. Okay, they got to make sure that her dad doesn't catch her because she has been forbidden to see him again. All right, so what they're doing is they're dancing there, and all of a sudden Neil shows up. Now Neil is this tiny little fucking twerp. Okay, he's the grandson of the owner of the estates, the Kellerman Estates, and Max Kellerman. That's his grandpa. His name is Neil Kellerman. And he's got little man syndrome, okay, which basically he's a tiny little fucking midget guy. He's probably like, what, 5'2", 5'1", maybe. He's got a big fucking nose, but he considers himself the catch of the county. That's what he tells baby when he's trying to seduce her, okay? He just assumes that all the women there want to fuck him, and he likes to brag about all the girlfriends he stole away from the poor boys that work there because he's got two hotels. You see what I mean? He's a very stuck-up, pompous guy. He's going to fucking Cornell for hotel restaurant management. And he's got little man syndrome, so he walks around looking up at people because he's a short motherfucker and bossing them around, you know, and enjoying the fact that his grandpa owns a place, he's gonna inherit it all, and he gets to fucking boss everybody around and treat everybody like shit. Okay, basically, that's how he feels. Okay, and he shows up here and he catches Johnny and baby dancing together, so he assumes, although I think he knows a little bit more than that, but he plays along that he assumes that Johnny's just giving her dance lessons and that she paid for these dance lessons. Okay. Well, he's giving her lessons, all right, but he ain't getting paid for it, all right? And it ain't dancing. But anyway, so he goes there and he fucking berates Johnny. He talks condescendingly to him. He talks down to him, even though he has to look up to do it. Okay, and for Johnny, and of course, baby is right there watching this whole thing because that's what she does throughout the entire fucking movie. She's always eavesdropping. She's always hiding in the shadows, looking at shit she's not supposed to be looking at. She's going places she's not supposed to be going. She's hanging out with people she's not supposed to be hanging out with. People are volunteering information to her, telling her stuff that she has no fucking business knowing. She's involving herself in other people's lives, even though she has no fucking business being in their lives. You know, like all this shit just keeps happening to her. She's always just standing there and listening to somebody doing something, you know, or she's over there watching information get exchanged, even though it's none of her fucking business. This happens throughout the entire fucking movie. It's annoying as fuck. Like, oh my God. You know, like, and nobody notices it. Nobody looks at baby and can tell what she's thinking. She's not hiding her emotions. It's right on her face. You know, if Neil had looked at her, like really looked at her, he would have seen that she's upset with Neil for talking down to Johnny, because obviously she's got feelings for him. You know, all he does is look at her face like that. Okay, if I was berating a guy and all of a sudden I looked at baby and I saw that look on her face, I'd be like, oh shit, all right. Tell you what, you know, Johnny, let's talk in private, okay? That's what I would have done, but of course that never fucking happens in this fucking movie. People keep talking about all sorts of fucking shit, and baby just happens to overhear all of it. She's hiding behind the wall, okay? She's standing there, you know, eavesdropping, you know, and that's how she gets all her information in this movie. Okay, she's just standing there. She happens to notice her sister walking out of the golf course with fucking Bobby, you know, just shit like she's just standing there, you know, in the kitchen of the hotel, and she looks over, oh, and there's Penny on the floor crying her eyes out, you know, like that. And she's like, you know, like this happens throughout the whole fucking movie. It's fucking annoying as fuck. Write a better fucking script. Instead of her just being there and happening to listen to people talking and hearing information, instead of doing all that shit, Eleanor, why don't you just write it into the fucking movie? Make there a reason for her to be there. Make it a reason for her to be involved with these people, okay? Don't just fucking, it's because she eavesdropped on everything. People are always volunteering information to her as well. Fucking, the moment she meets fucking Penny for the first time to compliment her on her dancing, Penny fucking goes on this big diatribe about how her mom kicked her out when she was 16. Like, what the fuck does she want to know that shit for? That's none of her fucking business. What are you, is she writing a fucking A&E biography on you? Why would you fucking tell her that shit? Makes no fucking sense. You know? And the Penny is pregnant with Bobby Gould's fucking kid? Yeah, right. That's probably Johnny's kid, okay? Like, how did she learn that information? Fucking Billy told her. Why? He's just a little fucking twerp that works there. He's got no pull. He's got no power, no nothing. Why would you tell a rich fucking guest staying here information like that? It's bullshit. She has no business knowing that. You see what I mean? And then she goes over to fucking confront Bobby because apparently she's involved now. And tell Bobby, what the hell are you doing? You got Penny pregnant. You need to help her pay for the abortion. And he basically tells her, hey, listen, bitch, who are you telling me what's right and wrong? Okay, some people count and some people don't. And Penny don't fucking count. And by the way, here's this book I want you to read, The Fountainhead by Ayn Rand, okay? And make sure you give it back to me because I wrote fucking notes on the margins there. Who the fuck talks that way? Who the fuck, wait, he just admitted to this shit to her. Why would he do that? No guy would fucking do that. No guy would volunteer that information. Not to some fucking 17-year-old girl who's there. Get the fuck out of here. And he's trying to fuck her sister, no less. He would never say this. He would deny. But anyway, it happens throughout the whole fucking movie, all right? Everyone just wants to spill their guts to fucking Baby for some fucking reason. Anyway, so that's going on here. So she's upset. Obviously, Johnny's upset that he got berated by Neil. He tells Neil, fine, I'll do it, Neil. I'll do it. No problem. Just like that. And so Neil walks away, and now he's pissed off, so he starts venting. So they go for a walk out in the woods, all right? So Johnny and Baby are walking out there in the woods. He's venting. He's all pissed off and upset that he just got talked down to in front of Baby, no less. He wanted to do something for the final dance, before all the guests go back home. He wanted to do something Cuban, and fucking Neil told him, no, we're going to do the pachanga, which is a Puerto Rican, whatever. So he's fine. He has no creativity, has no say, okay, and he's got to suck up to this guy or else he's going to lose his job, all right? So this whole movie, Johnny's motivated by not losing his job. Everything that happens in this fucking movie that Johnny does is so that he won't lose his job. But yet throughout the entire course of the movie, what does he do? He puts his job in jeopardy. Fucking the guests. Fucking the daughters of the guests. What the fuck kind of job security you think you're going to fucking have here, Johnny? You might get away with it a few times, but come on, if Max finds out, you're fucked. And not in a good way. But of course he's going to do it anyway, right? And this is the guy you're supposed to believe is in love and is going to be faithful to fucking Baby, right? Okay. So that's going on here, okay. He's all upset. He starts venting to her. They go for a little walk, all right. Baby says, why do you let him talk to you that way? Why don't you just tell him your ideas? Johnny, you need to try harder. Johnny's like, talk back to the boss. I know these people, Baby. They are rich and they are mean. They won't listen to me. I need this goddamn job lined up for next summer. Okay. And then he tells her, he's like, you know what, Baby, I got a call today from my dad. Yeah. I got a call from my dad. He told me he can get me in the union if I move back home. She's like, the union? What kind of union? He's like, the house painting and plaster union. So obviously Johnny is blue collar. Okay, he's from a broken home. He's from a very poor family. He's got nothing. He grew up with nothing. Okay, he has no social status, no money in the bank, no nothing. All he's got is this fucking dancing. Okay, what a great bad boy story for you right there. All right, and basically he has very limited opportunities. He has no education. He can't afford an education. All right, so what is he gonna do? Okay. He's dancing because he loves to dance, all right? But if he goes back home, there's no dancing to be done over there. He's going to have to work for his dad or do the same job that his dad does, okay? Basically building houses, doing drywall, and all these fucking, little redneck jobs that people make fun of us for, but yet are so vital, okay? I mean, someone's got to build that fucking house you live in, right? Someone's got to build that building you live in, right? Exactly, okay? People tend to overlook these people that do the hard work, that does all that shit, all right? And that's definitely not where he wants his life to go. He wants to do something that involves dancing and fucking a lot of women, all right? That's his real passion, okay? And you can't really blame him for that, all right? And the underage girls, that's just an added bonus, all right? So, of course, he's not going to give that up, so you better fucking feel sorry for him. All right, so yeah. Okay, well, they're walking there, and all of a sudden, they notice, Baby and Johnny notice when they look down the hill, they notice her dad, Jake Hausman, walking out of some room, okay, with Bobby Gould and Lisa, her sister, her older sister. Okay, and they walk out of there and they're all wearing white and shit. And of course, Bobby Gould's always wearing some fucking stupid ass preppy sweater, and they're walking out of there. And Jake Hausman puts his arm around his daughter and around Bobby. So he obviously approves of this Yale Medical School student boning his daughter Lisa. Okay, he's okay with that one. He ain't okay with Johnny. He's okay with that one. So of course they duck because they don't want to get caught. Okay, and they wait for them to walk away. All right, and Baby's like, I don't think they saw us. And then all of a sudden Johnny turns the tables. Okay, remember, Baby just told him that he needed to fight harder for his self-respect and stand up to Neil, right? Now here Johnny's all righteous and shit. And he's just like, fight harder, huh, baby? I don't see you fighting very hard to run up to Daddy and to tell him that I'm your guy. You're her guy. See? So now they're boyfriend and girlfriend. How the fuck did that happen? I missed something here. Okay? That's not how you become boyfriend and girlfriend. All right? Now, obviously, if you were to ask her formally, hey, I want to be your boyfriend, she would say yes because she's smitten with this guy. Okay? But she's a fucking kid, for Christ's sake. Of course. Okay? Of course she's smitten with him. I mean, Jesus Christ. It's 1963. Okay? If Eddie Fisher were to walk up to her and say, hey, you want to be my girlfriend? She'd do it on a fucking heartbeat as well. Okay? Frank Sinatra, whoever the fuck was popular back then. All right? So what the fuck? That's not difficult. But this is not how you do it, okay? So he's the one that says, hey, you're my girl, I'm your guy, Get the fuck out of here. Oh my God, the fact that he's playing a 25-year-old, but he looks 35, he's 34 in real life. It's creepy. It's fucking creepy. Don't you think so? I think it is. What the fuck, man? You can only suspend disbelief. Now you say, yes, Jennifer Grey was 26 when she filmed this movie. Okay, so she's not really 17. She's playing a 17-year-old, okay? So what the fuck is even worse? This is creepy all the fucking way around, okay? If we're going to do a 26-year-old who falls in love with a 34-year-old, where's that movie? Just make that movie. But that's not what we're getting here. We're getting a fucking 17-year-old who falls in love with a 25-year-old. Think about it. That's 8 years difference. How many guys in 1963 are okay with that? Yeah, exactly, all right? So that's going on here, okay? So he yells, you're not going to tell your dad. When are you going to tell your dad that I'm your guy? And Baby's like, I will tell him, I will. With my father, it's complicated. I don't believe you, baby. He says it just like that. I don't believe you, baby. I don't think you ever had any intention of telling him. Ever. And then he walks away. And he walks away the Patrick Swayze walk. All stiff because apparently, I read Patrick Swayze's autobiography. He had a lot of arthritis all over his body. He did a lot of damage to his body with all the dancing and the rollerblading that he was doing and the ice skating that he was doing. Okay, and he played football in college. So he did all this shit to his body. He tortured his body. Okay, so he was in a lot of pain. He was always taking medication for all his joints were always aching and stuff. And you can tell by the way he's walking here. Remember, he's got to pick up these women over and over again. Okay, he's probably pulled his back several times. So when he walks all stiff. And normal guys that are 25 do not walk that way. Okay, and he does. So you can tell he's in a lot of pain. You can tell. I read an interview with him once back when he was doing Point Break, and he talked about that. He talked about all this arthritis that he has in all of his joints, and that it hurts every time he moves. He's got to take medication for it. That kind of thing. So it's like, yeah. This guy. You could tell. What kind of a guy is 34 years old and is walking around in so much pain all the time? Yeah, a guy like him, a guy who puts his body through all sorts of shit, man. Damn. You can tell by the way he walks. So he walks away. Okay. Later on, she runs into Penny's room. Okay. A Baby goes to Penny's room. She doesn't walk to go visit Penny. She runs to go visit Penny. What the fuck was she supposed to hurry for? Okay, but she goes there and she asks about Johnny. Is Johnny here? And sure enough, there's Johnny in bed naked. Okay, I'm kidding. Okay, but he's in her bed. He ain't naked, but he's in her bed. You see what I'm talking about? How many of y'all noticed that? Huh? Yeah, exactly. So don't give me that bullshit that he wasn't fucking Penny. He most definitely was, okay? But of course, just like you, Baby doesn't notice it or blocks it out. So, anyway, so he's there, okay, he's there, and she holds him, and apologizes, for not telling her dad about him. Of course, she still didn't tell her dad about him, but she says she's sorry. I'm sorry I didn't tell him about you, and by the way, I'm still not going to tell him about you, but I'm sorry. That's a good apology right there, Anyway, but so while she's hugging him, and comforting him and cock blocking Penny, Bobby Gould shows up in his fucking fraternity sweater and shit, acting all like, all Ivy League, a fucking Ivy League fucking Chad right there. And he walks over and he goes like, "Oh man, I knew I was dating the wrong sister." He's like, "It's okay, baby. It's all right. I used to slum it here too." Well, Penny is standing right there. Johnny's right there, and Baby's right there. So, of course, what's Johnny? He's got to defend Baby and Penny's honor, right? Because he's fucking them both. That's why. So he's like, "Ah!" He jumps over the fucking fence, and it's time for some fucking Dalton Roadhouse justice right here. Okay, now we're talking my language, all right? Now we've entered my genre, okay? So we go in there, and it's a bullshit fight. It really is. They go in there, okay, and Johnny leaps over, okay, and he just basically kicks Bobby's ass, okay? And the fight wasn't very well. It wasn't very believable. I've been in a lot of real fights, and they don't go down like this, okay? First of all, there's not really much punching, okay? And what I mean by that, no one connects in the face, okay? Only Bobby ever connects in the face. All right, so basically, we have this fight going on here, okay, and fucking Johnny Castle Dalton is just punching. He kicks fucking Bobby in the stomach, and he punches him in the stomach, and then he punches him in the back, and then he fucking he double punches him on his back, okay, and that's basically all of Johnny's blows are body shots. He never hits him in the face. It's always the stomach and the back, and at one point he slaps him across like the chin or something, okay, but it's a slap, it's not a punch. Okay, which is kind of, why would you slap a guy during a fight? I mean, obviously they don't want to hurt the actors in real life. Okay, that's why they did it. Okay, but like you don't slap a guy in a fight. Okay, you don't do that. Okay, not in a real fight. Okay, at one point during the fight, and I love this. Okay, is where Johnny gets all fucking Dalton from fucking Roadhouse, and he's like, "Come on, hit me, right, hit me," And what does Bobby do? He fucking clocks him, right? But he's just like, and just still kicks his ass. Like that punch had no effect, okay? Now, ladies, I'm sure you don't watch a lot of fight movies, okay? But a lot of fight movies are not realistic, okay? When you've been in a real fight, okay, and I have been in several fights, okay, this nose has been smashed more times than Lindsay Lohan, okay? When you're in a real fight, okay, you never really want to hit in the face, okay? Because when you punch a guy in the face, okay, the skull is a very thick, okay? It's very, very thick, okay? If you hit somebody really hard, okay, in the face like that with a closed fist, okay, you're probably going to break your hand. That's what happens. That's the reason boxers wear boxing gloves, so they don't break their hands. Not so they don't hurt the opponent, but so they don't break their hands, okay? So at one point, Johnny's like, "Come on, hit me right here," okay? Now, if Bobby had actually hit him, it looks like he hits him right here, but it has no effect, okay? In real life, a fight like that, okay, I'm not going to hit him in the fucking face because I'm going to risk breaking my hand. Okay, if I am going to hit him in the face, I'm going to do it with open palm like this, like that. Okay, because that way you don't break your hand and it still hurts. Okay, but if some dumbass already had me on the ground and he gets him and goes like, "Come on, hit me," okay, which has happened to me before, okay, I'm not going to fucking hit him in the face because that's what he wants me to do. He'll either block it or he'll grab it and he'll hit me back, whatever, okay? He's expecting that. So what you do is and you go under, okay? I would have hit him right above his fucking crotch, right in the fucking pelvis, and I would have hit it real hard, not with my hard hand, with my left, because I'm right-handed, okay? You hit it with the left right above the fucking pelvis, the fucker will go down just like that, and it's over. It's either that or hit him in the throat. Okay, sorry I gave you all that commentary, but what I'm trying to tell you is this fight is not realistic, okay? In a real fight, unless you're like a big guy and you're fighting a skinny little twerp, you're not going to stop the fight and go like, come on, hit me, come on. Yeah, no one fucking does that. For Christ's sake, Johnny, okay? The reason the women like you is because of your face and the way you move, okay? Your dancing skills. The last thing you want to do is teach a dance class to a bunch of horny middle-aged Jewish women when you've got a broken fucking nose or a black eye, okay? Or missing teeth, Okay, you can't do that. You can't teach it anymore. You see what I mean? So that's stupid for him to go like, hit me in the face, hit me in the face. No, that would never happen in real life. Okay, that's fake. Completely 100 fucking percent fake. All right? You don't want to get hit in the face. That's going to ruin your fucking looks, all right? The way Johnny hit Bobby actually saved him some face, okay, pun intended. By hitting him in the body, he doesn't have to go to work next day, covered in fucking bandages and swollen eye and all that kind of shit, okay? Which is what happens in a real fight, okay? That's the aftermath, okay? You see what I mean? Okay, so this fight was bullshit, okay? And of course, because Bobby is the bad guy in the movie, he gets his ass kicked pretty easily, okay? And since Johnny is the good guy, he kicks the ass of the bad guy in front of the girls, and the girls are all like, Penny and Baby are both doing that. You know why? Because they're both fucking him. I mean, really, do you need any more evidence? I've given you a whole shitload of fucking evidence that Johnny is fucking both of them. Anyway. Yeah, so apparently Bobby gets humbled. He gets his ass kicked, okay? And then he tells him the stupid, get out of here, you're not worth it. Like, come on. But although that is a little realistic, but you already kicked his ass. So what do you got left to prove, okay? I think it was stupid to tell him to fucking hit you in the face. All right. So the next scene that we see here, we have, we see the rehearsal, okay? Lisa is practicing for her song. Now, earlier in the movie, she told her dad, Jake, what was she going to sing at the recital? Okay, she was going to sing I'm Pretty. Okay, well, she's not singing I'm Pretty. She changed the song to a song called Hula Hannah, okay? And I'm not going to try to repeat it here. It's kind of a catchy tune, but it's very annoying. It sounds like, even though it's 1963, this song sounds like something that would have been written like in the 1930s. There's some old shit like that, some Ethel Merman shit, from the 1930s. That's what it sounds like, okay? Anyway, the song she's singing is called Hula Hannah. Okay, now a lot of people don't realize this, but Lisa, the actress that plays Lisa, Baby's sister in this movie, her real name is Jane Brucker. Okay, Jane Brucker, Jewish actress. Okay, and what a lot of people do not realize is that the song that she's singing, like I said, it sounds like something that would have come out like in the 1930s, right? But in actuality, that song, Hula Hannah, was actually written for this movie. Okay, and guess who wrote it? It was Jane Brucker. Yes, she wrote the song that her character sings in this scene, and it was not written in the 30s, it was written in 1987. Hula Hannah, she wrote that song on the spot while they were making this movie. Because they were trying to use a song, I don't remember what it was, but it didn't work, the director didn't like it. And so the actress, Jane, who also writes music in her spare time, she decided to write a song right there on the spot. Okay, and she did, and they used it. This is it, Hula Hannah, this is it. It's not a bad tune. I wonder if she wrote other songs as well, that made it to, they ever got played or something, got produced. But she wrote the song for this scene, so I got to give her props to her. Not only is she the better looking of the two sisters, but damn it, she's talented as well. Holy shit, she wrote this song, It's an annoying song, but it's meant to be annoying. This scene is annoying, okay? Baby's over here trying to paint the fucking fake palm trees. She's working, of course, she's all sexy too in her fucking Daisy Dukes and shit and stuff, okay? And Johnny's there going over some notes, okay? And of course, Lisa's there just singing, doing her fucking vaudeville song, her Hula Hannah song, and all that's going on during this scene here, okay? So I thought that was kind of cool. And all of a sudden, one of the bungalow bunnies shows up. Yes, those are the women that stay there and fuck the guys while their husbands are back in New York working. Okay, and one of the bungalow bunnies that we saw earlier, her name is Vivian. Okay, she's married to a rich guy named Mo. Okay, a Jewish woman, Jewish wife. Okay, and she's been fucking Johnny. Okay, throughout the entire course of the movie. Yeah, you forgot about that, didn't you? But she has been fucking Johnny. Okay, what she does is when her husband goes back to work in New York, she stays there at the Kellerman Estates, and she fucks Johnny, the dance instructor. He gives her dancing lessons. Okay, and she pays him for it. She gives him money. Yeah. To fuck her. Yeah, not a bad gig, huh? Okay, so he has been fucking her, okay? And Baby's aware of this because she overheard Max Kellerman tell her dad. She was, like I said, she was standing right there and overheard everything, okay? Like you would ever say, talk like that around your fucking daughter. But yeah, so she knows that Johnny's fucking her, okay? She doesn't care, she's still in love with Johnny, all right? And now Vivian comes up and starts propositioning Johnny again, okay? And of course, Baby's gonna try to act like she doesn't see it, and of course, nobody notices that Baby's there. But just like everything else in this fucking movie. Baby's right there looking and overhearing everything that Vivian is saying to Johnny. She's just right there listening and watching the whole interaction. Again, for like the 1600th time in this fucking movie. God damn it. All right. Tell you what, I'm going to stop my review right here, but I'll be back shortly, and I will continue my review of Dirty Dancing. I thank you very much for watching this long, and I will see you soon on the next one.